Next couple of videos are helping you avoid this pendulum trap that a lot of guys find themselves in, where they're either lean, but scrawny, and then they're like, I gotta get bigger, so they get over here and they're like, I'm bigger, but soft and squishy. So I gotta lean down, and they go over here, and that sucks. That sucks too. And they just keep going back and forth. So in this video, I'm gonna talk about how we get in that middle ground where we build muscle without adding a lot of body fat. In the next one, I'll talk about how you get lean without losing your gains. And the biggest reason why we end up over here is we fall too much into this idea of eat big, get big. We need a caloric surplus in order to build muscle, which is kind of nuts. I mean, your hair is made out of protein. Your fingernails are made out of protein. But you wouldn't tell someone, well, if you want your hair to grow, you need protein shakes. Muscle's the exact same way. Yes, I know it's a different structure of protein, but protein nonetheless. But that doesn't mean that diet isn't still very important. It's incredibly important, but not for the reasons we're often told. It's not the surplus that's responsible. It's improving two things that are very responsible: stability and progression of quality. When our diet sucks, it's very hard to build muscle, absolutely. But it's not because of a lack of consuming enough. It's because the diet is all over the place, so every day is completely different, or the quality of our diet sucks. So a lot of times when guys are like, I gotta build muscle, I need to eat right, they're improving the stability of their diets, so what they're eating, how often and how much they're eating gets locked in, so they're much more consistent. And they're eating much better food. They go from chips and soda for dinner to tuna sandwich, milk and fruit and side salad and things like that. So they're getting stability and quality improvements, and that's the thing that's important for building muscle, not necessarily just piling a lot in hopes that it somehow magically turns into muscle. But what really stimulates the muscle growth? I mean, yeah, sure, some amino acids will stimulate protein synthesis, but that doesn't really mean anything. Nobody built a lot of muscle because of protein synthesis. I got a study the other day, I'll try and put a link down below, that acute protein synthesis in this one study did not correlate to increase in muscle growth over time. So even though they were able to trigger that synthesis to a higher level, it didn't mean anything. It's the relationship between the rate of protein synthesis for long times relative to muscular breakdown. It's this kind of balancing thing going on. And the way we influence that balance isn't so much from the food that we eat, but from the training that we do. Think about it this way, right? I've got calluses on my hand. That's extra skin. Skin is protein. It didn't get there because of my diet. It got there because I grab onto pull-up bars. Same exact thing with muscle. We need to create a functional demand first. That stimulates the muscle growth. And then the diet, which is still important, that helps us recover and fuel our training sessions. So the diet is important, but the diet is a foundation for your training, and the training is the foundation for your muscle growth. So keep your diet consistent. Make sure you're getting good food. Make sure you're getting enough. This isn't a question of do I need to eat more or not. Some people, they do need to eat more, but let your body ask for it. Let your body stimulate the appetite. If you've been going from a couch potato, suddenly you're working out more, you're probably gonna get more hungry from it. So listen to it. If it's asking for food at 2 a.m., give it food at 2 a.m. But give it the food it asks for. Don't just load it all in and say, here, build muscle. And it's like, I got nothing. And lastly, of course, make sure that those two variables of quality and stability are in your workouts as well. Keep your workouts very stable for how you're doing them, and make sure you're getting some sort of a progression, because that's really the key thing. Progressive workouts, time under tension, make the muscles work progressively harder over time. That's the most important thing in helping you build the muscle. And once you start adding on body fat, you're simply eating too much. You're getting stuff in that you don't need, so you can cut back a little bit. The next video, I'll be talking about how you can cut back, lean down without losing your gains. Question down below. Be fit, live free.